Hey y'all, Dan here, and before we start the actual video I just wanted to say, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be a building, so I went to City Hall and pouted until I got what I wanted. Say goodbye to those human years because I'm legally considered a building now, and you know what that means. I could get reviewed on Yelp. Let's see, somebody says I should work on my conversation starters. Science of clouds, am I right?
People have been looking at clouds since people have been people. Those billowing shapes might have been our first art or characters in our first stories. We still love to pick out shapes like bears, fish, flying saucers, faces, elephants. Some clouds even fly through the sky like airplanes. Which is weird because clouds are full of so much water that they can easily weigh as much as a jumbo jet. So why don't they fall out of the sky? There's lots of different kinds of clouds, but in the most general weathery terms, clouds are big fluffy piles of water vapor that live overhead. As warm, humid air rises through the lower atmosphere, it expands, cools, and some of it condenses into very tiny liquid droplets, and so a cloud is born. Just how that water vapor rises, though, depends on the type of cloud. If the wind pushes it up a mountain like it's on a ski jump, we might get lenticular clouds. Humid jet engine exhaust can make wispy cirrus clouds. But maybe the easiest cloud to understand is everyone's favorite fluff ball, cumulus. So how do you keep the weight of 100 elephants in the air? Buoyancy. Warm air is less dense, so it rises just like inside of a lava lamp. Cumulus clouds appear over dark pavements, fires, sunny hillsides, any source of warm updrafts. As the water vapor in that air is carried up, it cools, so its molecules slow down, and some of them stick together, forming droplets that we can see. We still have an unanswered question though. After the wind carries them away from the warm updraft, why don't clouds fall back down? Because of condensation. You know how when sweat evaporates from your forehead, you feel cooler? That's because water moving from liquid to gas takes some heat with it. Condensation is just the opposite, it releases heat. So as the water in a cloud condenses, it heats itself from the inside, staying aloft like a hot air balloon.
Question: does anyone know what a cumulonimbus cloud is? No one? Okay.
Lieutenant Colonel William Rankin was actually accidentally in a cloud once. As he was piloting his fighter jet over the top of a massive cumulonimbus cloud, the engine caught on fire. He ejected and fell from 47,000 feet straight into a 9-mile tower of lightning, thunder, ice, and rain, carried up on 70-mile-per-hour updrafts and barely conscious. He suffered from frostbite, blooded from the pressure change, bruised by hail, drowned by rain. What should have been a 10-minute parachute ride to the ground instead took him 40 minutes. In the 1896 edition of the International Cloud Atlas, cumulonimbus, the world's tallest and most powerful clouds, were placed at entry number 9. Unlucky pilots aren't the only living things inside clouds. Scientists found that living airborne bacteria make up as much as 20% of cloud condensation nuclei. Not only are they home to airborne ecosystems, clouds are also in some ways very much alive and evolving themselves. Just take a few minutes and stare up at a fluffy cumulus, as its edges billow and die. The rain that falls from them will one day again become clouds. It's very circle of life.
You learn something at every one of my videos. Actually, some of my future videos taught me some interesting ways to keep my prized possessions safe from others. You never know what might happen to them. I wrote piss in this bottle of milk so nobody drinks it.